Hello, my name is Francis Fox, and I'm a trained government remote viewer, part of a military mind control program that I chose to be in, and I was put in it. My birth was actually programmed, but I chose to be incarnated into my situation in order to accomplish a mission on planet Earth, and I think that I am doing it. Um, I was a trained psychic spy. I never got compensated for any of that. So I guess if you uh, add interest at the point at which Trump is going to make sure that I get compensated because I'm going to demand it, it's going to be a lot of money, which is good. But that's not the point. Why am I looking happy? Because we have a crisis in the United States, which could take us down to a certain extent, take away a lot of the joy that we've been feeling. But you know what? It's not going to take us down. And that's why I'm happy. Contrary to 2 or 3 hours ago when I thought, oh my God, the two people that felt like my best friends, Trump and Elon, are, it would appear, at each other's throats. I want to remind you of your worst fights between the people because, see, you can't really hate other than to the extent in which you love. So when you have a fight with somebody, a legitimate fight, with somebody that you love, like a mate, you never really allow it to happen with a child. We hold back with our children. But when it's a mate or a friend or somebody that stole from us, a brother, we can really whatever. And then you can repair from that. Believe it or not, you can repair from that. We're going to repair from this that has just happened today. But, and this is the reason why it happened. So give me a second. It happened because of black magic. Now, are the things that are being said not true? I don't know. But the intensity, the point at which it happened, and the sequence of events, which I'm going to show you the sequence of events in the other dimensions, and you're going to go, oh, hmm. And then, guess what? I'm going to remind you that I'm here to teach you white magic. So we have a problem that's really shaking up the country. Well, this is the time in which you go to your toolbox, you pull out what can help stabilize the country. We're in the middle of a shift of the ages predicted for 5,000 years. Revelations, the apocalypse, end times. We can't let things get out of control because then we lose our intentions, which is what creates reality. So I'm going to make you happy, everybody happy, by showing you what I sketched on the map. Now, we have all this stuff going on with this arguing between supposedly Elon and Trump. Okay, that's playing out in the physical dimension. What's happening behind the scenes? And then I'm going to give you other stuff. But here's the map today, which you would think would be one hell of a mess. Well, you know what? It's not a hell of a mess. At the top, I got the word suspicion of mind control. So somebody's getting mind controlled. We're all mind controlled. Our foods, TV. I have not said it because I've been complaining about too many things, but for the last 3 nights, somebody is using radionics machines to put in my head, listen to this, to kill my dog and to eat him. Oh my God. It's the only thing I have left is my dog. And I picked it up 2 or 3 days ago and I went, you know what? And I don't obviously know. I don't feel any inclination towards that. It's been 3 nights. They can't break me because they already broke me and I repaired and I kind of know what to do. I'm just letting you know the extent of mind control and how effective because they have had nobody supervising them because they're the supervisors in this country of national security and they've gotten away with murder. Here's the map. There's a heart in the middle and it's not broken, but it is crying. And we're all crying. Those of us that are kind of good people or whatever, still in contact with our emotions and our heart, these two people, Elon and Trump, gave us happiness that nobody else gave us. We need to defend it. In Spanish, it's como gato boca arriba, like a cat on its back with its forelegs. It's going to defend itself. We need to do that. Okay, so suspicion of mind control. We got a heart, not broken. Tears, yes, we still have the Federation, the Great Galactic Federation, protecting us. We still have the Mayan pyramids coming up. And the map of Florida does not look anywhere near as bad as it looked. So we are not in a bad place. We have a problem. We have a broken heart. Would all of you agree on that? I think so. The comments on Twitter, people are like, they're all over the place, but you can tell it's like a horror story. This is a horror story. So you can know now what my life has been like. Maybe people could turn on each other. I think I have to tell you a small story here. The gladiators in Roman times. Did you know that the life they led was so horrifying that when they would battle it out in the Colosseum, that they would try to kill their opponent because it was a way of saving their opponent from the misery that they had to live. Interesting? Yep. Okay. So we got that. So what's going on? Well, let me give you a sequence. Let me tell you first, because when this happened, I was like 2, 3 hours ago, when I found out it happened, I was like, oh my God. So I said to the dolphins, because it felt like the end of the world. And I said, what's going on with Elon and Trump? I'm reading it literally, okay? And they said, the dolphins responded, easy goes it. No, Trump did not go to the freak offs, but he was with Diddy. No, Trump is not part of the Diddy group. He hates dirty. You all remember Melania? Somebody accused Trump of something god awful that includes urine, sexual activities, and Melania said, "You know what? I know that's not true. He's too fussy." No, Trump doesn't like dirty. So this whole thing, bullshit. Who said that to Elon? That's the person we have to find, because that person was whispering in Elon's ear. Do you know that in the Bible it talks about whispering lies in people's ears? It talks about that in relation to cell phones. Okay. No, Trump is not part of the Diddy group. He hates dirty. No, Trump did not do this that's going on, nor did Elon. Cool down the heat and it will reverse. And I went, miracle? To reverse what I'm seeing on X, it's like a tidal wave. And the dolphins said yes, because what you're seeing is based on lies. Bingo. But no, that's what the dolphins said. Before I got to the dolphins, I sketched. I have to tell you that I have, in the people that controlled me, that created me, that had me as a planned birth, they really respected my psychic abilities, which is why they're not letting me go easily. When I sketch something, like people say, and they try to sketch it and then they go ahead, this is it, because the sketches are so. This is what I sketched when I was not in good control, because I was so upset at seeing this. What felt was a reversal. This is what I sketched. This is Elon and Musk, and then there's a black magic division, and then you have all the black magic on Trump, and then all the black magic on Elon. This is root cause. Then on top of that, you have the extra fire. What does the devil live on? Fire. The images of the apocalypse. But I'm not finished. You know that I have sketched, I don't care if it breaks, Florida, the United States. I have, we don't want that. I have sketched the United States for months. And Florida has, even though they have tried to X out Florida, there's an X there, many times we keep, whoever it is that does it, it keeps getting cleared. Now, the Florida part of the map of the United States is in the Bagua I have something there in my lipstick. Whatever. It's not important. You're right. It's not important. Um, Florida is helpful friends. So the relationship between Trump and Elon in Florida, because I think it was happening at that point, mainly in Mar-a-Lago, helpful friends, which helps everybody in the United States. It's easier. I'm looking for the map. That's why I'm looking down. Um, I don't trust anybody. So that's why I'm telling you what I'm doing, assuming that you don't trust what I'm doing. Okay, so here we have May 20th, and we have places that don't look so good with those red spirals. And look at Florida, and look at Texas. That's heart, grounding of heart energy. And then further back, I believe we will find. So I've been sketching the United States, not Florida. Oh, here we go. April 28th. A lot of black magic on Florida, which is a lot of black magic on the helpful friends section of this country. So somebody knows, and then we have this. This is, and they keep getting cleared, which is good. So black magic can clear, but you have to know that it's black magic. You can't assume, look, May 1st, protection of Florida. So there's been a lot going on with Florida, more than any other state. Okay, so what's my point? Where am I going with this? On Saturday, I had, I don't remember what event I had. I think I got together with the Mantrista group. And something was going on in my hallway. And I'm going to show you something in a few minutes so you can see how bad people can destroy things. Because the bad people come to me and they stand in the hallway. They're spirits. Oh, you don't believe in spirits. You probably don't believe in aliens either. You probably don't believe in black magic. Good luck in the apocalypse. So I felt this thing, and then there were the spirits of several of the Cuban mafiosos in my hallway, like this, and they were trying to get to me, which I already could feel from before. They get to me in the other dimensions. So you would say nothing's happening. In your world, on the physical dimension, very limited, nothing's happening. In the other dimensions is where all the mind control thing. You think Diddy doesn't know about black magic? And all those people that were caught? Yes, they do. Shiv? An expert. The intelligence community, the ones who run the weaponized intelligence community, they know all about black magic because they use it. It's power. So I'm here, I'm with my group. Now I'm remembering we're doing a chat, and I said, why are these guys standing there? And I know what they want. They want information, just like they wanted information from me in Watergate. Yeah, decades ago. I'm old. Yes. And I was told in Washington, can't tell them a thing. I had just given birth. I had a 10-day-old child. So they came to my home. They picked up my newborn, put him in a cardboard box, like a shipping box to Amazon, and walked out and said, whenever you're ready to talk to us, Cuban Mafia, we'll bring your kid back, 10 days old. Those are the same guys standing at my door. Yes, they're old, but they're still very powerful, and they know a lot of black magic. So they are really powerful, much more powerful than all you guys. That is actually how this country got so off track, because the black magic veils you and you can't see the stuff that's going on. You think everything is okay when it's not okay. And you think things are not okay when they are okay, such as the Elon Trump. So on Saturday, I got these guys standing at the door demanding my attention because they want to ask me questions. What's going on? And I said, what's going on? So I said, let me sketch it. And this is a sketch. This is Florida. And this is a portal that opened because of the level of emotional violence, of hatred of these people that were standing at my door. They're spirits. Okay. So I said, what is this all about? Look at what happened to Florida, helpful friends section. It says in Spanish, because my group we were talking in Spanish, it says arrests. This is the beginning of a lot of arrests. And those people were demanding and want to know from me What's going on? What is Washington doing? They used to call me Miss Washington. Okay? This was 5/31. Today's June 5. So 6 days ago. So the helpful friends section of the United States, represented, in my opinion, by the relationship between Elon and Trump, was not to the advantage of any bad people. Anybody that either one of them teams up with it makes them stronger is not good for the bad people. But this really didn't have to do with that. This had to do with a ton of people in Florida that are going to get arrested. And the astral force I tried to teach you about, those astral particles of rage, anger, and depression are considered a force. When they say, may the force be with you in Star Wars, that's what they're talking about. That energy broke because I think you're going to see a lot of arrests in Florida. We're already seeing it. And people are going, what? You're going to see it. But they broke. And so what is Feng Shui about? Feng Shui, however it's pronounced. The relationship between you and your environment. No, the relationship between your destiny and your environment. So the destiny of the United States changed because of everybody in Florida, not just Miami, not just Central Florida, in Florida, because there was either an arrest. No, it says the initiation of many arrests. So somebody must have been arrested over the weekend or found out that they're going to get arrested. Astral force. You know how you have a glass in your hand and you're in a rage and it breaks? That's an astral force. You didn't knock it up against anything. You also do that to your body when you swallow your rage. So this broke. And then you have all the black magic to destroy any decent support that Trump would have. Also Elon, but more Trump. They don't want him supported. They don't want him looking into the black magic. They don't want him looking into what I keep insisting. You have to find out why good people do bad things. And it has to do with spirit influence. But in terms of the United States and probably the entire planet, but I haven't looked at the rest of the planet. I don't have the time. I can only do so much. Black magic. How did they get all those people that were mind control victims like me to do such god awful things? How did they get a lot of decent people in Congress to do what we're now finding out that they did? And if you can leave that question mark and say that has nothing to do with this, then you know what? You're part of the problem. You have to get to causal. So, relationships, friendships. Basically, this section in Feng Shui, however it's pronounced, is helpful friends. You don't have two friends helping each other anymore. They're going at each other's throats because they have no protection. And at the same time, there's black magic. Are you getting it? Now, I'm going to read again what the dolphins say. Now, I have to tell you that I've been working with the dolphins. The military had me working with them. I didn't work with them long physically because the dolphins would talk to me about what was important, community love. And the military and scientists didn't want that kind of information. They wanted to weaponize the dolphins. And that wasn't going to work with me because it just wasn't going to work. It wasn't happening. So I got trashed in terms of being in that program, which was good. So I'm going to read again what the dolphins that the Greeks considered were gods. I'm going to read again what the dolphins said this afternoon, probably 3 hours ago, because I typed it up. I don't do it by hand. I type it. I used to go to the Seaquarium, but you don't have to do that. The stuff comes in through my head. You just type. Okay, I asked Elon and Trump. I know I did this at the beginning of this chat, but this is so important that you get clear and grounded and landed and then use your vector of intention and attention towards repairing this with your mind. Vitalize the mantra that I'm going to give you and the visualization. You need to ice both men now. Put them in an igloo separately. Put them in an igloo and then visualize them under cascades of water. So, dolphins. Elon and Trump, I ask, Dolphins respond, easy goes it. No, Trump did not do the freak offs, but he was with Diddy. No, Trump is not part of the Diddy group. He hates dirty. We already went over that. Trump is like really clean. No, 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 no. This whole cult thing and mind control, very dirty. They established loyalty by eating each other's feces. Trump, and so next, no, Trump did not do this. This is happening. Neither did Elon. Cool down the heat, that extra fire, and it will reverse. And I went, that's a miracle. And they went, yes, because what you see is based on lies. And then, as I was trying to figure out what to wear for this chat so I wouldn't have the same shirt as before, but I don't have anything else because I can't go out to shop, and Land's End and the Gap doesn't have, I already bought everything there that might be appropriate. I remembered, and maybe you remember, solar flares. Solar fire? Yeah. Solar flares came in on Monday. So on the 31st, which was Saturday, I sketched this, which breaks the Higgs field in Florida because of the rage of people in Florida finding out there's going to be a lot of arrests. And we know, because we see it on X and other places, that there's solar flares coming in, and they're hitting on Monday, which is the second. I need new glasses. What do solar flares do? Solar flares are part of what sways, influences human history. The two major wars, World War One, World War II, started when there were heavy-duty solar flares. I didn't say that. Researchers said that. And now they say it louder and louder and louder because they're more secure. But they've been saying it for a couple of decades. So we have solar flares coming in, and they're still here. They landed on Monday, the 3rd. No, the 2nd. Darn, that looks like a 2. And then we have what's playing out today. I don't know if this started yesterday. I don't think so, because I think I would have seen it. We have the extra fire, which would create the lack of control of both of the men saying things that they shouldn't be saying in public. But when you have too much fire, it's too much vitality, and it is the food of the devil. So the devil comes in, and all sorts of things start to happen. That, in addition to the black magic, it's not just one thing. It's a break in the Higgs field, it's black magic, and it's extra fire from solar flares. So are you going to be part of the problem, or are you going to be part of the solution? Are you going to watch and go, whoa, you can do that? But how about if you start to exercise your superpowers and the power of your mind to correct something? Now, if you're okay and you're enjoying the show and you like this, then you know what? You probably shouldn't be here on this chat, or you could be here and just whatever. But there's a mantra that you can do that can help, and there's a visualization. The visualization is you visualize either both of them in separate igloos, which will cool them down. If you have somebody that's ready to kill and they're like right there, and you dose them in cold water, they will not continue forward. Because in order to kill, you have to have too much fire. In order to fight, you have to too much fire. In order to have a boxing match or to hit somebody, you have to have too much fire. Once you reduce the fire, they can't continue forward. They don't have the gasoline necessary. So you're going to visualize Elon in an igloo, Trump in an igloo. If you want, you can visualize both of them underneath this cascade of water. Okay? Give me a second so I can get you the video, which we did just for this reason, but in families. Okay? We did that video because too many people, their personalities are changing. Too much fire changes people. Our children are not sweet and soft. They can't sleep, so they go to sleep at 2 a.m. because extra fire gives insomnia. Not going to go through the whole spiel right now. So you visualize Elon in an igloo, Trump in an igloo, and then you do this mantra. But even just the visualization of that, you can add another visualization and see them embracing each other. Which, when I did this afternoon, a lot of people were seeing them kissing and making up, which we need. We need helpful friends. And this is going to get repaired. In the first place, that today, when I sketched the United States, it's nowhere near as bad as it was on Saturday. Okay? Now, in the future, when we know there's solar flares, we're going to be telling everybody, the children, it's going to be in the news, solar flares. So you have to visualize cascading cold water, do the mantra, even though I love and accept myself. So you don't end up hating your ex-mate or your boss and then creating a problem when you wouldn't have had such a big problem if there wasn't too much of the fire element. And I do have a mantra. I'm just not exactly sure when of the 1,000 places that I put it. Give me a second. Where can I get this the quickest? Give me a second. I can probably find it on X the quickest. Give me a second. No, not here. Well, let me write it down because I'm not going to find it so easily. Here. Now, if everybody was shocked about this that happened, you need to know that when I have, and I've tried to tell my family this, but of course they don't believe it. Um, when you have something happen and you're like, what the heck just happened? The devil has been there, and you can suspect black magic. And anytime I have a client that is very rich, which is generally the type of clients that I have that put me on retainer, very powerful, I say to them, you need to know that you are going to have to, not just with me, you're going to have to deal with all the black magic. You have to have part of your budget. It's not that big a part of your budget if you're that powerful. Has to do with um, repairing, no, purifying black magic. And it has to be continuous because this is the order of the day in everything having to do with rare earths, EARTH. What are those minerals? Uh, Gemstones. There is nobody involved in that world that does not know a lot of black magic or does not have his specialists. I was hired once for a very large amount of money, and I spent a significant amount of money defending myself from the people that were doing black magic on the people that hired me. It's big. So anyway, here is the mantra. I'm not exactly sure when oh, here it is. Which is, please God, help us with our intention to purify the fire element and the black magic that's the root cause of the conflict. And where did I get that? Let me see if I can just get the part. Here we go. Let's see. I did. Okay, we're going to do 10 minutes and only 10 minutes because I have an event, unfortunately. We're going to do this. And by the way, when I finished with everything that it was that I was doing, all of a sudden I got very calm. So I don't know how this is going to happen, but the Dolphins did say it was going to happen. But this is going to get resolved. And I hope that this will be an event, short-lived, that is going to kind of make you realize how easy it is to twist reality and create the kind of havoc that's being created today. This is important, the thing with helpful friends. Why is this important? The United States needs friends. Trump is setting up boundaries and changing things around to where things are more fair to the American people. And I honestly believe that. Like somebody said, we don't have any money. Why are we cents? Of course, we don't know that that money actually went to the other countries, that it didn't go to the people that were facilitating the funding, but it came from the United States. This is didn't it never made sense to me, but I couldn't say it very loud because I would have been taken down at a point in which I could have been taken down. They can't take me down anymore. At this point, they can't take me down. I have too much protection. But the reason I can get all that protection is because I'm solid. This is not solid for the United States. So we need to get this cleared. We'll clear the black magic. We, as in not just my group, but there's other groups working on this, I can tell. So it's not just me. Try to take us down, and you're still going to have other people. But you need to apply this to your life. Do you know where this happens a lot? In relationships. If you try and pair off with somebody who's, oh my God, this is like magical. This is like, there are special spirits that are assigned to haunt the relationship. I had a friend of mine years ago that used to say, and we really liked each other a lot. We loved each other a lot. And he used to say, it's so hard to deal with you. But he wasn't saying that I was difficult. He was saying that just trying to relate to me was so difficult. Well, it turned out that there was a lot of people doing black magic on our relationship, and we weren't mates. We were very good friends. We weren't mates, but people could see that we were really close, and it was a magical relationship. They took it down. Has that happened to you? If you have a magical relationship with a child, it will happen. The spirit world, and if you're religious, you believe in the spirit world, or at least your religion does. Please, hello. Um, there are spirits that are assigned. There are not just spirits that are assigned to take down Elon and Trump. Everybody that doesn't want things revealed, everybody that wants to keep control, everybody that doesn't want their budgets to have to make sense, haunted the relationship. So I have to finish, but I feel like a calm. So I'm not sure if I'm disconnected from reality or if I worked through my anxiety when I saw two of my best friends, and I don't know them on the physical dimension, going at each other like this, or it appears that they're going at each other like this. But I feel calm. I think this is going to resolve. So I want to end this with the map of the United States, which is telling us what is happening behind the scenes that is not playing out necessarily today. And it looks really good. We still have the protection of the Galactic Federation. We still have the heart. It's crying, but we still have the heart in the country. And I think there's a lot of us that feel like crying with this. It's like, wait a minute. And the relationship gave us hope. It was fun. We do have some stuff going on with Florida, but nowhere near what was going on Saturday, when apparently the people in Florida found out, this was Saturday, that there's going to be a lot of arrests. So anyway, we did have a new video made that you can play all day long. And we also have a map of the United States with pink medusas and a mantra for connecting us to Venus, the United States. I did this several years ago. And let me see if I'm going to take a minute to get you that. I can't put it on camera on the chat. Argentina, Spain, Colombia, Chile, Peru. Hold on, because we did it for all the countries in this hemisphere. Or no, in the Americas, not hemisphere. This is what Brazil, Canada, Paraguay, Panama, Colombia, El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua. Where's the United States? We did one for you, Russia, Haiti, Honduras, Belize, Bolivia. Where's the one for the United States? We have it because I have played it. Okay, I'm not finding it right now, but we have it. Oh, here it is. Okay. If you want to help to support um, a graceful purification of the energies in the United States today and at any point, if you put this video on and it's 2 hours long, if you put it on several hours a day for many days, you will be contributing to clearing the energies in the other dimensions. Okay, I think the mantra's in Spanish because at that point we didn't think we stood a prayer of a chance to have Anglos join us in our quest for discovering white magic techniques so that this process of transition into the golden age can be more graceful. So help us out, okay? And thank you for joining me. And I feel so much better. Just give me a second. Let me see. Well, I can tell you that Trump is not happy with everything that's going on at all. And I see Elon in a state of shock. I'm sketching. Okay, yeah. Elon's in a state of shock. I don't see rage at them. So we have reduced the rage. Whoever did it has reduced the rage because there's no fire. I'm not going to put what here. Very quickly, the fire has been reduced. And that is the dangerous part. Now, the black magic, we can take care of it. We, as in whoever else is working to clear all the stuff, because I draw stuff, I sketch it, and the next time I go back, it's gone. And I know that my group didn't clear it as a group. They could have done it individually because we have understood that we will be supported by both men, Trump and Elon, having to do with metaphysics, which is root cause. Okay? There's so many exciting things happening. I was trained in interspecies communication. I want to work with ETs to get the technology with ethics for the United States, for substituting the petroleum, whatever, for all sorts of things. There's so many exciting things. We can't let the bad guys win because we're sitting by thinking that there's nothing we can do. Yes, there is. We already reduced the fire. Do your part, okay? Love you a lot. Mwah.